realest one that's reppin'. Oh my God, if I die, I'm a legend. When they lay me down to rest, I know I was always reppin'. Oh my God.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Before we get straight into today's video, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys smack that subscribe button. Road to 5K, we grinding. Also, make sure you guys leave a like, helps me so much to grow on YouTube. With that being said, we about to get straight into today's video. And as the title states down below, I'm giving you guys Apex Legends Season 22 weapon guide. I'm going to show you guys the best weapons, and you know, some decent play styles to use those weapons for Apex Legends Season 22, the new map E District. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So, you know, we are here at the firing range. I recommend hopping in the firing range too, so you guys can play around with the weapons yourself as well. So we're gonna literally break down every single weapon. So this video might take a little second, but we're gonna start with the energy ammo weapons, and then we're gonna go all the way through the other ones, and then we're gonna come back to the special weapons. So first, I'm gonna break down each and every single energy weapon. Now personally, the worst energy weapon in my opinion is the L-Star, just because the damage, it's not terrible, but it's just a weapon that's a little more trickier to use. You have to kind of lead your shots a little bit. You can't really just like put it directly on them. Now it's not too bad this season, but out of all of them, I think it's one of the like leaser weapons. Personally, I like the Vault still. Vault's always been a super dope submachine gun. The Nemesis is pretty nice. It's a nice 3-round burst. You can hold the trigger. It's pretty decent. But personally, I think I like the Vault the most. The Nemesis is pretty good. I've always really liked the triple take. I don't know, just something about this gun. It just feels really good. I don't like that it takes 3 headshots. Kind of goofy. I feel like it needs to be buffed a little bit. I might just, yeah, it's 3 headshots. I don't like that. So they nerfed it a little bit this season. It's not as strong as the previous seasons. That's really weird. But it's still a really good sniper. But out of the heavy auto rifles, I think the Havoc's the best. I think it's better than the Nemesis. Just because it just does so much damage. You can be so accurate with this deal. And on top of that, they added so you can go back to having a turbocharger where you don't even have to charge the gun up anymore. So out of all of the energy weapons, I think the Vault is the best, and the Havoc is the best. The triple take is still one of my favorite guns to use. The snipe, and the Nemesis is really good, but the Vault and the Havoc are, you know what I'm saying, two of the best guns. And especially the Havoc. The Havoc, honestly, it's been melting people. I've got melted by it a few times, especially with that turbocharger. Havoc is really nice this. So let's move on to the heavy. I really like a lot of the heavy weapons. My favorite is probably between the Prowler and the maybe the Car and the Flatline. I don't know which one I like more between the Car and the Flatline, but I really like this Prowler. The Prowler is actually really strong this season. I really been enjoying it. Literally 3 burst. In a gunfight, if you like literally got somebody cracking and like you literally switch to Prowler, it's over with. I really like the Prowler. Prowler is one of the stronger submachine guns this season. I think I like it even more than the Car. Now the Car is really nice too. It's real versatile. Literally just because you can literally switch ammo too. You go between heavy and light, which is really useful if, like, you know what I'm saying, you're starting off at the beginning of the game. But I feel like this is more of a starter weapon. I like a lot more submachine guns, more like the R99, the Alternator, now even the P20, the Kimbos, the Prowler, for example, the Vault. But I feel like the Cars is a good submachine gun, but there's a lot better options, even the Prowler in my opinion. Now the worst guns out of the heavy is the Rampage and the 3030. I really hate these guns, especially the Rampage. I'm not gonna lie, the other one is not bad, but the Rampage, I just don't like this, bro. Like, it's just too finicky. Like, it does a lot of damage, but sometimes people are moving really fast, so it's hard to stay accurate with it. And then it's just I don't like it personally. If you like it, you might like it. Like I said, this is pretty much, you know what I'm saying, a guide for like kind of, I don't say my personal opinion, but just what I've been playing and testing out. Some guns might work better for you than they work better for me. For example, like the Wingman, you might do better. But me personally, I really don't like but they did add the buff to where if you crouch, it's a lot more accurate now. So the gun does, you know, play a little bit better when you do stuff like that. But I still don't like it. And then 30-30, it's not bad, but it's just better guns like the G7 Scout. My favorite, probably one of my favorite guns to this day. But this isn't a bad gun, honestly. But out of all the assault rifles and like the semi shots, I feel like there's a better alternative. Like I said, just the G7 Scout. Even the Hemlock, for example, because you know it has similar range. And you also got the Flatline. These are two. Also, one of my favorite heavy weapons. I really like the Hemlock. Hemlock is really strong this season too. It's like the Prowler, especially if you get a headshot on it. I just really like this gun for assault rifle, close range if I need to. I really like the Hemlock. Also the Flatline too. Flatline is really strong this season. I don't even know if I like the Flatline more than the R301 right now. I think I like the R301 more, but the Flatline is really strong this season. So I really recommend if you guys want to play around with some assault rifles, you know what I'm saying, use the Flatline and the Hemlock. Hemlock are really good. Like I said, the car is pretty decent this season, but it's more of a starter weapon. The Prowler is really good. The Vault's really good for submachine guns, and Havoc is a really good assault rifle. And the Nemesis isn't bad either. So those are, you know what I'm saying, we got with energy and heavy. Let's move on to my favorite ammo type, and that is light. So literally all these guns, I love every single gun is so sexy. Even the fucking Spitfire, I just love it, especially with the new update, and you can be so accurate. You just crouch, like, oh my goodness. So I really like all of these guns. The G7 Scout for long range, if you're accurate with it, you can just melt people. Now it's not as strong this season. I feel like the Hemlock might be a little bit stronger, but it's still, just because it's so accurate, just because it's such a useful weapon, it's still hella useful. I might give it to the Hemlock this season so over the G7, because it does got two bursts, air damage. So yeah, and I also want to disclaimer, this isn't like a super detailed number video on like damage. I don't do that type of stuff. I just quote more about the mechanics, how the gun feels, how it plays, the popularity of it during the season, stuff like that. I'm not really going too deep into numbers. If you guys want that type of video, let me know in the comments, and I can eventually make something like that. But right now, this is just like a more mechanic based weapon guide, and I just want to come around and play with them with you guys. So I think the Hemlock is honestly better this season, but the G7 is still really a dope weapon to use. The Spitfire is really good, like we just seen, especially if you crouch, you just keep it. Oh my god, that's so much damage. I really love Spitfire. You know, R301's always probably gonna be one of my favorite assault rifles. Excuse me. R301's always gonna be my favorite assault rifle. Super accurate, super quick. Then you got the Alternator. Alternator is a super dope submachine gun. It's really strong this season. Honestly, I think the Alternator might be the strongest submachine gun out of all of them. It's between the Alternator and maybe the Prowler. But the Alternator is super strong this season. I just noticed that. The REL5 is always a good, you know what I'm saying, starter pistol too, but you know, this isn't really for late game. Unless you want to go ahead and throw some hammer points on here, then it, you know what I'm saying, it can get pretty deadly with the RE45s. That's why I really like hammer ports and destructor rounds. They took off the destructor rounds this season. Kinda sucks, but I'm not mad at it. Then you got the P2020 Akimbos. Now these guns are actually pretty fucking fire. I'm not gonna lie. They're way better when you put the hammer points on them, but they're actually pretty decent too, just basic. I don't know. I've been having a blast using them. They look so cool. Like, they look so dope. Like, it's just, I'm about them. Especially with the hammer points. These are really good. Do I recommend it over the alternator? Maybe. Especially with the hammer points. I think it might be stronger. It's stronger than the RE45 for sure. The alternator. But I don't know. I just every gun on here is really useful. Like, even if you use this RE45 late game with hammer points, it's still useful. Every gun on this table is super strong, and they've always been super. Like I said, the G7 Scout's probably one of the weaker ones this season, but it's usually one of the stronger ones, just because just the Hemlock, you can see, does a lot more damage than the G7. Even 3030 does decent damage right now, compared to the G7. But G7 is still a little bit. But I just like how this shoots. So let's move on to the shotguns. Now personally, I really only like, well, I'm not saying I really like, the Mastiff is pretty good. It's still really strong, but I've never been a huge Mastiff person. I've always loved the PK. Just like, it feels and it just hits so good. The PK, in my opinion, is better than the Mastiff. It's stronger, so I recommend the PK over the Mastiff. The EVA 8 is not bad, but the new addition to the season is the Akimbo Mozambiques, and I haven't really played it too much in the actual match outside of the firing range. The firing range, they feel really good. They seem really strong. But in the actual match, I don't know how it's gonna feel because I haven't ran into them yet. But if I had to choose one, just by playing around with them in the firing range, which I've been doing, over the other, between like the EVA and the Mozambique. The EVA is really strong this season. Like, you see, I just melted him in 4 shots. But also the Mozambique does kind of the same. They're really similar. I think it's more playstyle what you feel. Me personally, I'll probably go with the Mozambique just because they look cooler. It's fun to run around and do stuff like this. But honestly, the EVA 8 isn't bad either. Like, just how much damage it really kind of destroys. But personally, you know, like I said, the PK, in my opinion, is the best out of all the shotguns. I think probably the Mozambique right behind it. And then you got the EVA, and you got the Mastiff. Like, they're all really strong shotguns this season. Personally, I think so yeah, you can't really go too wrong with shotguns. Moving on, we got the snipers. Now personally, I've always liked the longbow the most. It just feels really good to me. Like I said, some guns you might feel better, but the Sentinel is really strong this season. Like, look at that damage, 105. It's 2 headshots to the head if you get someone. The Sentinel is super strong this season. But me personally, long range for the Sentinel, I seem to be inaccurate with it. That's why I don't use it that much. But it's really strong. If you can be accurate with this gun, I think this is one of the better snipers this season. The longbow is also really strong. It's always been 2-shot, so it's right up there with it too. And personally, I just like the feel of the longbow more. So you know, I'm always gonna recommend the longbow over the Sentinel, but the Sentinel is actually really strong. And on top of that, you can even charge the Sentinel and you know, destroy their shield with a shield cell and 1 bullet. So the Sentinel's a really strong sniper this season. I think it's kind of underrated. Look at 132 with the charge. Like, that's a lot of damage though. And then the worst sniper, or actually, I'm sorry, Wingman. Wingman's really good too this season. This is a super dope primary weapon if you can be accurate with it. I don't use it a lot. A lot of people do use it, but I don't use it a lot because I'm not super accurate with it all the time, and I hate losing gunfights because I'm missing like 2 or 3 shots, and then I'll literally get like sprayed down like R301 or something. But if you are actually accurate with this gun, you can actually, like, a lot of people I've seen some good players go crazy with it. The worst sniper, in my opinion, is the charge rifle, just because it takes so long to charge, and then you only crack half the health. Now, it's not too bad. They did not nerf it, buff it a little bit, so it is a little bit better this season. The charge is a little bit faster compared to the previous season. It's a little bit harder, but in my opinion, it's still one of the weaker snipers out of all the other ones, just because, you know, you reward quick action. You gotta like really track somebody, and hard sometimes because you're gonna be a little bit more inaccurate compared to these ones where you can just literally just aim at their head and pull the trigger. So that's pretty much it for that. And then like we got the last section all the way back over here. Special. So you know you got the throwing knife, which I really like. But in my opinion, I think the throwing knife should be even stronger. It's a one-shot kill. Okay, now they did change it. Okay, so it is one-shot headshot. And how much body shot? 100. Okay, it's too bad. Okay, so sword's not bad, you know what I'm saying? You don't really run into the sword that much in the actual game. They made the R99 a special weapon. It fucking melts though, so why? Look how much damage that does. So this is probably honestly the best submachine gun this season. Outside like an alternator. Look how accurate. But it's a special weapon now. Then we got the devotion. What's on the devotion? What the add? Oh, the shield generator. Yeah, put the shield around the Gibby. Devotion is really strong. Also, especially if you crouch too, because like the more accurate you get. Devotion is really strong. Like look how much that is. Like Jesus. Especially with that new submachine gun update, and then you get the shield too on top of that. Like devotion is really, really strong this season. The Bosec. Now the Bosec is one of my favorite weapons in this game. Honestly, it's underrated, but it's super underpowered. This should be a one-shot kill headshot, in my opinion, if you get a headshot with this gun. It's super fun to use. It looks really cool, but it's super underpowered this season. It's super underpowered. In my opinion, it should be stronger. I like the burst range though, like in your face like this. I feel like that's really good. But when you're scoped in and you get a good headshot, it should be one-shot kill. Literally, that would be super dope. I would use this gun a lot more, or this bow a lot more, this weapon, if it was a one-shot kill, because it's just fun to use. Like it looks really cool. I feel like it's underpowered. And then last but not least, we got the Big Daddy. We got the Kraber. Kraber's always gonna be one-shot kill, headshot, OP. You know what I'm saying? Kraber's always Big Daddy. Even body shot. So yeah, that's pretty much it for all the weapons. Let me go through real quick. Like I said, I'll run through all the best assault rifles, submachine guns, because that's what most people use. The Vault's really decent. I wouldn't recommend the L-Star. I recommend the Vault for submachine guns. I would recommend the Prowler. The car's okay. Then you also got the alternator, the RE45, and the P20 Akimbo. Those are really good for submachine gun options. And I think that's it for those. Then let's go to the assault rifles real quick. I mean G7, you can kind of put that in the assault rifle category, but R301s, you know, always gonna be up there. G7 if you want to throw it in that category. The Flatline's really good. The Hemlock's really good. I don't like the range at all. Havoc is really good. I recommend using that this season. Nemesis is really good. I recommend using that this season. And so that was assault rifle, submachine guns, and then I'll talk about, I guess, the best snipers. Honestly, the Kraber, but that's a special weapon. The Triple Take is a really good sniper. You can kind of throw the Nemesis in a sniper class because it's super long range. Another good sniper, R3030 is okay. I like it this season. G7 is a little weaker this season, but it's still always super good. And then, like I said, the longbow is really my favorite sniper out of all time. And then the Sentinel is really good this season. But they're all not bad options. So that's it. That's pretty much it for today's video. Like I said, I'm not super technical on all the numbers and everything. I'm more mechanic based, how the game feels, what guns are popular, and those are pretty much the popular guns that I just recommended to you guys: assault rifles, snipers, and everything. Even the shotguns are really popular this season. They're all super strong. Still, PK always gonna be the top for me. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. This is my weapon guide for you guys. If you want any more specific details or anything like that, please let me know down in the comments. I'm here for you guys. I'm making this video for you guys to get you guys better, and to just, you know what I'm saying, make good content for you guys. So with that being said, make sure you guys leave a like down below. It's been so much to grow on YouTube. We grinding right now. Also subscribe if you guys are new to the channel so you don't miss when I upload. And with that being said, I will catch you in my next video. I'm out. Y'all later. Peace.
I'm on a plane, having my way. I'm in these foreigns, having my way. Counting the money, just having my way. Having my way, having my way. Current these women, just having my way. I'm at the Gucci store, having my way. Flexing on nigga, just having my way. Just having my way, just having my way. Hit up your body, make you all them shake. I got the key to the motherfucking safe.